Welcome back to The Breakdown. Sydney Batzloff joins us now with her story of the day involving evictions. Hi, Sydney.
Hey, Heather. Yeah, Oklahoma County actually has somewhat of an eviction problem. They have some pretty high numbers, and especially when it compares to other cities. New York City and Austin, much larger cities than Oklahoma City, we actually have more evictions. Our rate is more than double than those cities.
Wow. Okay, let's take a look at your story and we'll come back with questions.
For thousands of Oklahoma families, a missed rent payment can quickly turn into an eviction notice.
I've yet to find an individual who's experiencing homelessness who has not also experienced an eviction. An eviction here definitely is a pathway to homelessness.
And new data from the eviction lab at Princeton University shows evictions are being filed here far more often than in many other parts of the country.
In the past 12 months, we've seen 17,000 eviction filings in Oklahoma County.
Oklahoma County's eviction rate sits at 12%, more than double the rate of New York City.
Oklahoma has one of the very fastest eviction processes in the nation. It also has the cheapest filing fees, so it makes it very easy for landlords to incorporate that into their eviction or their business practices.
Amy Coldren with Mental Health Association Oklahoma says hearings must be scheduled within 10 days of an eviction being filed, but the tenant only has to know about the eviction 3 days before the hearing.
There can be individuals that come home from work on a Friday and find out that they have court on Monday. If the case results in a judgment, which half of them do, the sheriff can show up as early as that same day to serve them with the writ notice and return that Wednesday afternoon to lock them out of their home.
Coldren says the laws here favor landlords, and while lawmakers have introduced bills to slow the eviction process, none have become law.
So we acknowledge that landlords should still have the right to evict when necessary, but there does need to be some consideration to allow tenants enough time to secure new housing. And right now, the timeline just does not do that.
All right, so many evictions, Sydney, as you pointed out, were even higher than New York City, which is just, astonishing, really, if you think about that. So I'm sure that poverty has a lot to do with it. There are not laws that they have in other states protecting people, tenants, and so forth. But are these evictions mostly happening in homes or apartments? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so something neat about this new data that came out, they also have our hot spots. So the majority of this is actually happening in apartments, and an interesting statistic that they told me is over 40% of these eviction filings are coming from the same 100 properties here in Oklahoma County. And you go on their website, you can actually see every property that it's happening at, and majority are apartment complexes.
Okay. So, when a landlord, though, for apartments or homes, whatever it may be, when they file an eviction claim in Oklahoma City, typically at that point, how much does that tenant actually owe on average?
According to the Eviction Lab, they told me about 37% of these claims, the tenant owes no more than $1,000. So advocates told me, maybe this kind of shows that there were more rental assistance programs that could help with evictions, helping them pay and not get evicted.
Okay, so we heard that homelessness is always a possibility. Even if you're put out on the street and you don't even have a month's rent to be able to pay, that can lead to homelessness. What else are the impacts of being evicted?
Of course, along with homelessness, they also brought up the effect it has on children. They did a study with Oklahoma City public schools, and it can really lead to chronic absentee. And when you're absent from school, that leads to lower test scores and just overall not doing as well in school. Then, of course, there's physical and mental impacts. So the impacts go pretty far.
Okay, so where can people find all this data?
Yeah, so the Eviction Lab, they have this whole dashboard online. You can see those hot spots like I mentioned, then all the other data, evictionlab.org. But of course, we have this on our website, kfor.com, where you can find all that information as well.
Sydney Batzloff, thanks so much. We appreciate you. Your weather discussion is next.